So Gregor Gillespie showed a very impressive performance in his victory against Carlos Diego Ferraira in this pay-per-view, or not pay-per-view, but this Fight Night main card. And man, I just wanted to talk about this in its own video because Gregor Gillespie looked so impressive in there, and it was a very because Carlos was a tough opponent who clearly was heavier and clearly had weight advantage, power advantage in the punches. But man, Gregor's pace was just too high to keep up with. And, the commentary made a note of how gassed he looked in the first round, but he just kept that pace. He said, okay, I can, I'm tired, but I can just do this, you know? And that's what he did. And ultimately, Diego had to quit at some point because, he didn't even quit. He just could not continue. It's not like he decided, oh, I'm going to stop. It's just his body could not keep up with Gillespie, It reminds me a lot, I touched on this in my recap video of the card, it reminds me a lot of Merab Dvalishvili in the bantamweight division. Very similar styles. They just have a high motor, and they're just gonna wrestle you. They'll throw some hits, they'll throw some punches, they'll throw some kicks, they'll mix it up, but right when you think they're gonna punch or kick, that's when they're gonna wrestle you, and it's chain wrestling. It's tiring, and you're gonna get more tired than them, And like he said, those guys get tired, but you're gonna get more tired than them, And that's what it was. Diego was scrambling with him for a while, and while that was happening, it was such an entertaining fight. I mean, these guys were all over the mat, But ultimately, he just could not keep up with Gregor's pace, and I find that it will probably be very hard for a lot of people to keep up with that pace. He looked very good in there, and I'd like to see him fight a top 10 guy. Maybe a guy like Dan Hooker or something like that. See, really, can he compete with these guys at the top of the heap? Or a guy like Makhachev. See who's the best chain wrestler here. Those two similar styles, two high pace wrestlers. Put them in there together and see who gets the next top opponent. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to speak on this because I thought his performance was very impressive, and I think he could pose a lot of issues for a lot of people in the lightweight division because I do not think there's a lot of people who can match that pace. Ultimately, that's why I'd like to see him fight a guy like Dan Hooker to see if Hooker can control that range and control that distance, and force him to fight his fight, because ultimately I think that would be the key to success of beating this guy, make him fight your fight, but we'll see just how easy that is because I don't know how many people are going to be able to, or unless you fight a guy like Makhachev, he just might be able to outpace him, But I just thought it was a very interesting performance because clearly, it's not like he showed the most tremendous. It's kind of like I said with Merab. It's like these guys, the opponent might be able to do X, Y, or Z better, but will they be able to just keep up with him, And that's what I find very interesting with Gregor, and I'd like to see him fight a top guy to see, can he pose some real issues, and can this particular guy he's fighting keep up with him in his pace? I think he's a very tough matchup for a lot of guys, and I think that makes him a very interesting potential contender in that lightweight division. So let me know what you guys think about that. If you like this video, leave a like. Subscribe for more videos like this one, and thank you very much for watching.